Hello, conversations with Upumzile, the girl next door. We are here. You know, when it's this time, it's conversations time. So I have a visitor who was worried about everything. You know, when we have conversations and it is an interview or we talk about everything, but you still have that thing. How are we doing it? We don't script here. We go with the flow, but we get the important message right. So Sis Lindy, well, welcome to Conversations with Pumzile.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
I need you to be happy to be in this space.
Hey, I'm happy and I'm worried.
All in one.
All in one.
All in one.
All
I
in
love
one.
it. But no, you know, when you talk about things that you are passionate about, I know that the passion will come out and the worry will go.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about what you do, and that's the beauty of Conversations with Pumzile, because I get to learn and I get to ask all the questions. Nezidom. Yes, Buza.
Is it right? Is it dumb?
Let it down, because it helps people learn, or it helps us learn. Sometimes we think information mele was everything about something, even if, like, now I know we're gonna go into detail. I'm a mother. I need to know everything about a mother, but that's not true. So before we go into the beautiful details, Ubani Sis Lindy, where is she from, and how was she as a young girl? I can see you are reserved, Diana.
Hey, I am glad you pick up on personalities quickly. Well, I'm reserved. I'm reserved. Lindiwe, I grew up, I was born in Witbank in Mpumalanga.
Okay.
I was born from a teenage mother. My mom was 13.
Oh wow.
So she didn't bring me up. So her bigger sister brought me up.
Oh wow.
So I grew up knowing this. Her bigger sister's my mom.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she has passed on, but she's been my mom from day one till 2020 December when she passed on.
Oh wow, that is Ugogo,
Yeah.
who was a mother to
Yes.
you. Okay.
When I think I was 12 years, then I moved from a Witbank
Okay.
because I had to come and live with her. The husband started a job.
Okay.
It-
To now live with your mom.
Yes.
Okay.
Not my biological mom.
Okay.
The mom who raised me.
Okay.
So I came this side. Ngazohlala with Davidson.
Okay.
So I'm amazed what you picked up with me reserved. So I grew up as angikhulanga njengabanye abantwana, like
Yeah.
playing Stratton, those games and everything. I was always reading.
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoyed reading so much. I enjoyed reading to the point my mom would always say, "You're such a moody child." And I would say, I'm not moody, but I love keeping to myself.
Okay.
I love tranquility. I love peace.
Wow.
So until as I'm fond of so
But
yeah.
it's not moods.
No, it was not
Yeah,
moods. I think
yeah.
I was figuring myself out.
Nice.
What do I like as a person? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So high school wise, then I went to high school. High school I was confused, because I wanted to fit in with the other with the other
And
kids. with the
high
oth-
school is worse.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I wanted to fit in and say,
Yeah.
but still the love of reading and exploring
was
was killing me. So after matric, I matriculated in 1998. I've been on it. Then 99, I was stuck again. I didn't know, do I want to go to tertiary? Even though I had good marks
Yeah.
from matric, I didn't know, tertiary, and then I started reading again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I started reading. Then I fell in love with aviation. In
Okay.
my mind, I wanted to be a pilot. I've got this passion with something to be a pilot.
Pilot.
Started doing
Not even
research.
an air hostess.
No.
But we know, like pilot. You
No,
just
no,
went.
no. I'm being a
I
fool.
like that.
In my mind, air hostess is this elegant.
Oh, yes.
You know, they're
Yes.
so elegant. I felt with, I don't fit la
I'm gonna be on the
Number
other
one,
side.
I'm still lazy makeup, so I won't fit there. So
Yeah.
I'm go by pilot.
Yeah.
Go by
Focus.
pilot. Focus to be a pilot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if I'm a
Destination.
female or I'm black. I just want to be a pilot.
Destination.
I started doing research. Then I got forms. I got where to go to. Started applying. Then they called me. I went for interviews. Then I failed my 4th interview, and I was devastated.
Oh.
I was devastated, and then I had a friend who said, I'm on Thursday when you apply and it's in college. Angazi ngizibone ngines. So don't even think about me. So apply now. I'm just
I was like,
tagging along.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm depressed from
Kapungan, like, no, man.
because I'm depressed from this.
Your own dream,
You
the
know,
passion.
so
Yeah.
I say, it's in a
Let's
cab.
go.
Let's go. When I got there, it was totally cute. And it's what do I have to lose? Let me apply now. I applied the bank visa, went for an interview, went for a psychometric test. Then boom, they took me.
Wow.
Then I went. Till today, my friend is not a nurse.
Is it?
I'm telling you.
So you went with somebody?
Yes.
And then they didn't take her, they took you.
They took me.
My word.
You know, till
So
today,
before
she's not a
you
nurse.
moved from that, so you became a nurse until your career life was in nursing.
Yes.
What?
Then I went to college. Then I started being a nurse. Slowly grew in me with I excelled. First year I passed nicely. Second year, third year, fourth year I passed nicely. Then I had to do my internship, and then Bangladesh Far East Rand.
Okay.
It's in the East Rand. Then when I got there, it was the 1st January 2007.
Okay.
That was when I started working at hospital as a professional nurse, as a midwife.
As a midwife.
Yeah,
midwife.
as a midwife. Remember, I was doing a course where you're doing midwifery, you're doing psychology, you're doing community health nursing. So when I got there, I had all these qualifications. Then they decided to, because there was one midwife on that day, they were short-staffed, so they said, "Okay, suppose you're new." I said, mixing up,
What?
you know. So I was like, "Who?" I'm telling it in it. Then what? So I found this old sister, like massive experience.
Yes.
Because I was young, I was 27 then.
Yes.
According to her, but
Yes.
to me, I was, you know. So I said, but at least to the age, let's work. That woman mentored me.
Wow.
Like sister mentored me.
Yeah.
She told me the ins and outs. She built the passion in me.
Yeah.
She built me the passion in me to the point to which I will say, no, at delivery one, there's a patient that you don't call a birthing mother's patients. They are mothers. She brought the passion in me. She instilled the love. She told me the ins and outs. She told me everything. You know what I'm saying? And to the point to which when she went on pension, she said to me, the way you and you've got love for this, you will go far if you open your own practice.
Wow.
That's when in 2012 I decided to apply for an advanced course in midwifery. Then I went to Para.
What?
The advanced course. Para, there was a tutor there. That tutor had 30 years of experience in midwifery. Now she told me, Wutsi,
you have profession for this.
And
that's something that when within you didn't see it.
I didn't
so
see.
People told you.
You know.
Yeah.
And the man long sevens are obvious. It grew in me. And for the first 2 weeks I would meet someone in Amazi.
Yeah.
And she would trust me with her baby. You know what I'm saying? It took me, I don't know, to another level. And for the first week you deliver a baby and the woman say thank you. It gave me so much gratification and and I felt it was
this is it.
Okay, in seven, just to force forward. Seven, they need government hospital. But see, women like this thing, Etsy. But these mothers are not treated right. You know, mothers when they go to a public hospital, by Saba, and then I will always tell them, when you give birth, you're not sick.
Yeah.
A pregnant woman is not sick. You're just transcending from a stage of not being a mom to another stage. You know what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to be scared. So they love in me said, but these people
change this.
Yes, I need to change this, and I need a proper place where a woman magazongena. I was sister, these are my fears. 1, 2, 3 are my fears about them. And then we deal with them. And I talk to her, you know what I'm saying? And I respect her wishes as well. I feel as a birthing woman, like personally, I wouldn't address Pamgo normal ban, you know what I'm saying?
You're reminding me now of my own story. I love like the journey that you take me through of your life. I wanted to pick up on the moods type of thing, because who you are now, as you're talking about, a mother wanting to give birth and wanting trust. It's a journey of being, you know, and those things, they come with a fear that women have. Ibuya from how we were all raised. Like you were talking about your mother, grandmother, Uguti, she had to learn you. And this is another journey when mothers have to give birth. There is so much that you need to learn. The individual, when they come, all pregnancies are different. And you and your experience is different. So my firstborn, I was young. I have the same stereotype with a public hospital. I had that bad experience because I was young, you know, at the time, 20, you're having a child and you are treated differently. With my second-born, that's where I decided I'm going midwife. And before, I never knew any black midwives. Then, and when I went to a gynae first in terms of the checkup and all that, and I was not treated very well as a woman, like into your kumula. And you know, the way you will touch your tummy or your physical, you feel like, no man, yes, I'm not sick, pregnant, but I still need to be treated with more love or some care of some sort. That's when I googled midwife, because I knew back in the days, that's how we used to give birth. Back in the days, mama who will help you, you know. So I love this because I think this is what we lack now. That information that these things are still possible. If Singabuyela Emasisweni and find out that you are not sick when you're pregnant, you know, this is a natural process. And then from there, what did you do?
Okay, you know, you're taking this conversation. That's lovely. You know what's nice, what's in my heart with my practice. But let's take it back, guys. Let's take it back. Abu Kokobetu, they used to give birth to 8 babies without a single cesarean section. So obviously, they did something right, but they didn't have the textbook or the medical background to back it up. Why? You know what I'm saying?
So true.
You know, Ukoko will say, "Hey, I'm pregnant, then you'll say why? But she wouldn't be able to explain. But now you tell a woman, because at 36 weeks, take walks because you want the baby to descend nicely to your pelvis. You know, those are the things that we were saying, but they didn't know how to explain. Me, now my philosophy in my practice is I'm taking things back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, when we say back is in the African way of doing things, because we've adopted so much of Western practice and we lose that part.
That's my gospel. That's my gospel, because people started adopting westernized things when we started glorifying our private hospitals. Yes, they tell private right and stuff. And we lost the jinx, you know what I'm saying? Even with breastfeeding, most women are suffering with breastfeeding now because they will say, makuze umamncane azokuncedisa phumzile uphumzile masinikukhumdlezana
bakuhlala isitswetsi.
What
was that term?
Uphumzile umdlezana akapheki kumele angaphekela ubaba. The reason they did that is because they wanted you to recuperate and heal, and because remember, when you're pregnant, the hormones are all over the place. They wanted your hormones to go back so that you'd be in a happy mood
and normal self.
When your oxytocin is high during breastfeeding, you breastfeed nicely.
The
but
what?
Oxytocin.
The terms.
You know. So when the oxytocin is high, you breastfeed nicely. That is why Abu Mama Betu breastfeed are so nice. They didn't have problems like today. You know.
And they used to breastfeed. Umuntu azaye ku primary, usanela, one of those things. But before, I know this month, August, is also breastfeeding month, and I saw also there's a breastfeeding week, and I think there's not much said about that. But before we go, you were speaking about your practice. So what is your practice? So do you have a clinic? Do you have what is that?
Okay. So after seeing Indlela, I'm a patient that treated ngayo. Especially teenagers are my patient. Teenage pregnancy is my patient. Then I said, I need to open a clinic.
Okay.
Then, but I struggled. I struggled. I struggled. I contacted friends. I was poor, you know. My first client only had a blood pressure machine with that patient. She was a white lady, a GPV a victim.
Okay.
Had nothing and everything. She didn't even have imali yokuthenga ama-nappies for umntwana.
Oh wow.
Posted on Facebook. I took that client. That was my first client.
Okay.
I did antenatal consultations with her. I did counseling with her. I delivered her baby, and then she posted on Facebook, and my clinic went.
Oh wow.
You know.
You know what I like about your story, from school, and how you wanted to be a pilot, and you ended up in nursing. And then from nursing, you ended up in midwifery, and then now your first client gone. You know, so there's a trend that I'm picking up, that opportunity always meets you, where your journey, your destination. You know, when you're not in control of your gift, but the universe made sure that your gift. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, in like personally, you plan.
Yeah.
You actually sit down and plan.
Yeah.
You know, at 25 I want
Yeah.
this, at 30 I want. That is why I sit with women and say, why is this spaghetti pressure?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Is it the society's spaghetti pressure? Is
True.
it us? Why is this spaghetti pressure? Why at 30 I must get married?
Yeah.
Why at 45 I must have 2 kids or 5 kids? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woman, what's go wrong if I have 4 kids?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they are my kids and I love them.
Yeah.
Okay, at 13 I fell pregnant. It's a taboo or it's a woo-wah in the community, but senzani
About
from
that.
the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and there's a huge gap. I think, as you said, you are passionate about teenage pregnancy, and it's still a taboo. And I think as parents, we still try to tell our kids about pregnancy, but we don't teach them about it. We scare them about pregnancy, and those are the things that in the future, hence women when they are pregnant, they have, I think you think you're sick, you think, because there is no time between a parent and a teenager and an elder where somebody talks to you about pregnancy as a beautiful thing, as a natural thing, and when the baby decides to come on the day, that's nobody else's decision. It's nature, but we don't teach it from that. It's like it's negative. Wow.
you know, that day when Credit text, then there was 2 women sitting behind me. What's Lomon? Oh, I'm not 13-year-old. Oh, menstruate. Yes, I'm frustrated. And then this one was, hey, and I'm like, why are you talking?
Exactly that.
You know, it's those conversations that worries me. It's those conversations that pushes me. I want to go to high schools and teach young girls.
Wow.
There's a phase in your life where you're gonna become a woman.
Yeah.
Why are we as mothers?
Yeah.
We are presenting menstruation
As
it's
this thing.
you know,
Like
and
horrible.
it's a normal cycle that's supposed to happen to a woman. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a beauty of a woman.
Yeah.
No any other gender.
You know,
it's beautiful.
you know, it is into esinazo amadodakazi, you know.
Well, I hold it right there.
Alright.
You know, conversations with Upumzile, we're having fun and conversation, but we're gonna pause. We're coming back.
But they didn't know how to explain. Me, now my philosophy in my practice is I'm taking things back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So-
When we say back is in the African way of doing things,
Yes.
because we've adopted so much of Western practice and we lose that part.
That's my gospel. That's
Okay.
my gospel because people started adopting westernized things when we started glorifying our private hospitals. Yes, no, they tell private, and stuff. And we lost the jinx. It was that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with breastfeeding, most women are suffering with breastfeeding now because they will say, mabuze uma mncane azokuncedisa phumzile uphumzile masimkhukhu
bakuhlala isithwethi.
Yes. Uphumzile umdlezana akapheki kumele angaphekeli ubaba. The reason they did that is because they wanted you to recuperate and heal and because remember when you're pregnant the hormones are all over the place. They wanted your hormones to go back so that you'd be in a happy mood.
And normal self.
Yes.
Yeah.
When your oxytocin is high during breastfeeding, you breastfeed nicely.
The
But
what?
oxytocin.
And the Thames.
You know, so when the oxytocin is high, you breastfeed nicely. That is why Abu Mama Beats we breastfeed are so nice. They didn't have problems like today. You know.
And they used to breastfeed umuntu azaye primary
You
usaqela,
know.
one of those things.
You
But
know.
before, I know this month of August is also breastfeeding month. And I saw also there's a breastfeeding week, and I think there's not much said about that. But before we go, you were speaking about your practice.
Yes.
So what is your practice? So do you have a clinic? Do you have what is that?
Okay. So after seeing indlela our patient are treated ngayo, especially teenagers are my patient. Teenage pregnancy is my patient.
Yeah.
Then I said, I need to open a clinic.
Okay.
Then, but I struggled.
Yeah.
I struggled.
Yeah.
I struggled. I contacted friends. I was poor, you know. My first client only had a blood pressure machine with that patient.
Sure.
She was a white lady, a GPV victim. Had nothing and everything. She didn't even have nappies for Ramadan.
Oh wow.
Posted on Facebook. I took that client. That was my first client.
Okay.
I did antenatal consultations with her. I did counseling with her. I delivered her baby, and then she posted on Facebook, and my clinic went.
Oh wow.
You know.
You know what I like about your story, from school, and how you wanted to be a pilot, and you ended up in nursing. And then from nursing, you ended up in midwifery, and then now your first client gone. You know, so there's a trend that I'm picking up, that opportunity always meets you, where your journey, your destination. You know, when you're not in control of your gift, but the universe made sure that your gift. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, like personally, you plan. You actually sit down and plan. You know, at 25 I want this, at 30 I want. That is why I sit with women and say, why is this spaghetti pressure crazy? Why? Is it the society's spaghetti pressure? Is it us? Why is this spaghetti pressure? Why at 30 I must get married? Why at 45 I must have 2 kids or 5 kids? You know what I'm saying? Woman, what's go wrong if I have 4 kids? You know, they are my kids and I love them. Okay, at 13 I fell pregnant. It's a taboo or it's a woo-wah in the community, but senzani from the, you know what I'm saying? So,
and there's a huge gap. I think, as you said, you are passionate about teenage pregnancy, and it's still a taboo. And I think as parents, we still try to tell our kids about pregnancy, but we don't teach them about it. We scare them about pregnancy, and those are the things that in the future, hence women when they're pregnant, they have, I think you think you're sick, you think, because there is no time between a parent and a teenager and an elder where somebody talks to you about pregnancy as a beautiful thing, as a natural thing, and when the baby decides to come on the day, that's nobody else's decision. It's nature, but we don't teach it from that. It's negative. Wow.
You know, that day when Credit Text, then there was 2 women sitting behind me. What's going on? Oh, I'm not 13-year-old. Okay, look, menstruate. Yes, I'm frustrated. And then this one was, hey, and I'm like, why are you talking?
Exactly that.
You know, it's those conversations that worries me. It's those conversations that pushes me. I want to go to high schools and teach young girls. There's a phase in your life where you're gonna become a woman. Why are we as mothers? We are presenting menstruation.
It's a thing.
You know,
like
horrible.
And
it's a normal cycle that's supposed to happen to a woman. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a beauty of a woman.
Yeah.
No any other gender.
You know,
it's beautiful.
You know, it is into it's in nazo. I'm a daughter so you know.
Well, I hold it right there. You know, conversations with Humzele. You know, when you take those random breaks and tell like, in the conversations, but we are back, we are here. So, Sislini, we're talking about your clinic and teenage pregnancy and why you do what you do. So, does your clinic offer that gap that we have where like I am a mother to teenagers. One is 18 and the other one is 11. I always confuse the ages. I luckily I have an open relationship with them. I do talk about everything, and we talk about sex. We had a conversation with my 11-year-old. She was visiting a friend, so then coming back and talking about the vagina and all that, and she was calling it something like a kitty kitty or something, calling it funny names, you know. So that's when my conversation started with, why are you calling your vagina, your vulva, with a different name, so that we get comfortable. And I didn't scare her, but I was saying, you know, people will talk about inkomo. But have you seen what happens to inkomo? And so it like so you don't want to call any of your private part with such, because inkomo but your private part is your body. It doesn't get subjected to such. So in your clinic, do you have the space whereby it starts before we get to birth? Does it also give opportunity to young mothers or teenagers to come and have that conversations about their body and menstruation, about just who they are as women that would eventually maybe be mothers?
You know, I'm glad that you're asking me that question, because like I'm saying, when I'm tapping into things, you know what I'm saying? Things that I've picked up, especially in a government hospital, these kids are suffering, you know what I'm saying? So it's difficult. It's difficult. You'll find a teenager is a normal like, because I had one last month. This teenager, 16. During matric, I even said, "You're a beautiful girl." When's matric at 16? You know what I'm saying? What's it? My mother never said that to me. You know what I'm saying? So
because it tells you that you are smart.
Yes, you are smart, and the fact that you're pregnant now, it doesn't hinder you from dreaming or from doing everything. It doesn't change your destiny as well. True. If you're destined to be there, you will be there, despite the fact that you're going to have a baby now. These are the conversations that I need to have with my mom. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Mina, I sit with my clients. Even clients who come and say, "Mfuna bag, a vaginal birth after a cesarean section." I sit down with them first, and I interview them. But why do you want that? You know what I'm saying? I think you cannot tap into someone more to feel like
what their story, what are they looking for?
You know what I'm saying? So yes, my clinic have services where I speak. That is why I need to, if God allows, I need sponsors, I need someone, I need to shout and say I need at least once a month, do events at high schools, and speak to teenagers. And remember, you're a young girl, under 16, this body is not yet ready to give, to carry a baby. You've got all these complications. They even feed. Preeclampsia, they feed. So those are the things you need to
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. And especially emotionally and psychologically they suffer.
Because they're not ready.
You know what I'm saying? That is when our postnatal depression come in, which is something and
that is very common to each and every woman who's pregnant who has given birth.
Yes, when on a 30 or on a 45, postnatal depression is
real. Before you move there, I was watching the series. This mother said to her daughter, the reason she was crying, having, I think it was the postnatal depression, because she was like, I just had a child and I'm happy, I love her, but something in me, it's filled with hate and all that. So she was describing all the dark feelings, and her mom sat her down and said, you know what's going on? It's because your body, your mind and your soul is just saying to you, you will never ever not be a mother. Before you were not a mother, you have never been a mother.
Yes.
So your body is in mourning, and it's mourning that you will never ever not be a mother. Even if you lose this child, you will always be a mother. So there's a big distinction when you're not a mother and who you are as a woman without a child.
Yes.
And there's a huge difference when you are on the other side, when you are a mother, physically, emotionally. So I found that, like as you're saying, it is real, but it's not explained proper.
And what I've picked up, going back again, you will find, I found this other lady, 25, and her mother said to me, angeke ngikwazi ukum-advise nge-postnatal depression, sister, because
Yeah.
mina it never happened to me, because thina kudala besenza izinto zakudala. Ukuthi bakubeka isitswethi, it will give you time for you to recuperate and
Hlala kuma-babes, like, yo, andazoyenzani azongikhathaza kwami for 3 months.
you know, and ukusuka from, and then remember you just given birth.
Yeah.
Everyone is gonna fluff around umntwana. Oh,
Yeah.
the baby's not
Not you.
now, you know.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
now you need to be mothered after giving birth. You need to be mothered. You need someone to talk to you. You need someone who's gonna take care of you until ubuyele esimweni sakho. You know what I'm saying?
And your partner knows you as you.
You know.
Doesn't know you as a mother who just gave birth.
Thank you.
There's
You
there's
know.
an issue right there, and you fight with it. You don't care anymore. You don't help. They don't even know why and how. Before you move, your clinic, what are the key services?
Okay. My key services at the clinic, I do antenatal consultations.
Okay.
That is when you're pregnant, and we do all your checkups to see if the baby's okay, to see if when you're okay physically, and we do sonars as well, just to see. I mean, I don't believe in sonars, like I'm saying, but
Yeah.
it's natural birth, it's natural birthing, it's natural pregnancy, and I'm taking it back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I always rave about my second pregnancy, my second born, because it was as natural as ever. Like ukalwanye tape and all that. Nobody taped me under or anything else until I gave birth. There was no doctor, there was no team, anything.
You know.
I know what you're talking about. So I'm like,
know.
natural birth. It is you, guys. If you are pregnant, natural birth, still the best.
Okay, so we do antenatal consultations. We offer sonar services. Okay, and then I do beds as well.
Nice.
And I do water beds.
Yes. Again, my second water bed, like
Yes,
I always, after my daughter, I always say I'll give birth anytime over and over. And there was a time when, after my last born, I tied my tubes. But I didn't want to, I wanted to untie them at some point because I wanted to give birth, even if it's not for like myself. And I waited like anybody, here's the womb, I'll give birth anytime.
You know, about abatete bajabula baba basi ibirth ni natural high. Ufuna ukuthetha ufuna usayazi kanjani but ufuna ukuyenza lento futhi because the experience, you've enjoyed the experience.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely. I think I'm one of those.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
so. Yeah, so we do antenatal consultations, we do sonars, we do water beds, we deliver, and we do VBACs as well, vaginal birth after C-section, but we do them under a gynae as well because
there was
that because it's a high risk at the end of the day.
Wow.
So, and because we are what I signed the water bed, there are benefits of water bed.
Yes.
Water is therapeutic. Water is therapeutic.
True.
So that is why I love water beds.
So those are the services.
So I also do So I also do postnatal services as well.
Oh, which is important.
Yes, I also do lactation services as well because women are struggling with breastfeeding.
Lactation
services.
Yes. Wow.
So, and I also do counseling for teenagers. I do counseling for mothers. You don't have an idea what women are going through, especially when they are pregnant.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah, how am I gonna take care? How am I gonna take care of this child? The nappies, everything is expensive.
Some have small babies. A 2-year-old now I'm pregnant. What now? You know what I'm saying? So women are going
counseling services.
Yes,
wow.
so we do counseling services as well, and we also offer a family planning as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you said we offer family planning. When I Google, normally, as I say, I don't script when we do our conversations, but I do check. Okay, what is the status quo now? When I put women's clinic and men's clinic, the first part of search that I saw under women's clinic, take a wild guess, what came under?
I'm not sure.
Abortion. And when I checked men's clinic, put nicely, I even wrote it down, for all condition men face. For all men, but women, when you say women's clinic, you see abortion.
Why?
Like a women's clinic, hence why I asked about the services in particular. We're going to come back on the name of the clinic. Do people know about women's clinic, the services that you offer? Not women's clinic, it's only about abortion, but currently on the net, on the web, when you say women's clinic abortion, and that's what I think we need to change to
I
make
think
sure.
I think Vela will need to change that. That is why I'm saying, Guti, everything concerning birth, pregnancy, family planning. Do you know what people will say? Yeah, I mean, sister, I need the family. I was sister by son. Why the fear? Why? I mean, as women, these are our bodies. You know what I mean?
And they are natural.
And we're made to do this. Why is wrong?
That is very wrong.
We are made to give birth. You know, why they don't feel it's wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
so there's a lot of marketing and awareness that still needs to happen, because the stigma, unfortunately, it's still that bad.
It is very, very bad. That is why I need to I don't care, Ogusi. Manje, I don't have the resources, I don't have the money, but in my heart there's always this passion and this yearning to say, I want to do talks, I want to do events.
It's saving life.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You find people and we ask a woman, when was the last time you did a pap smear? I sister, yes, pap smear. It's shocking. It's shocking.
I won't answer that question, but anyway,
you know,
I know, right?
It's very shocking.
So you talked about the service about lactation, which is more like breastfeeding and about milk and all that. If you can ask me about my kids, like if I breastfed for how long, I'll be lying if I tell you I remember. But I know it's important.
Yeah.
It's August, Women's Month is clouded by GBV and all that, and never about it is breastfeeding month. Why are we not talking about it? So what is it about breastfeeding that is still important now, and what information that women needs to know about breastfeeding?
You know what saddens me, Kakul? You ask a black person, are you gonna breastfeed after giving birth? No. You ask a woman, you know, guys.
Again.
Yes, again.
Not informed.
You know.
I know breastfeeding. I remember there was a time whereby it was painful. You know, where they will tell you, "Find cabbage." Like I remember.
Why? Why?
Yeah. So I think that's the conversation I would like to have, because really I'll be lying to you.
Go painful because your breasts are engorged. The baby's not sucking enough. And the reason the baby is not sucking enough, maybe the baby is not rooting for the breast enough, or election is not good.
Correct, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Breastfeeding is not supposed to be painful.
Is it?
It's not supposed to be painful. There's something you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? These are the conversations made us even now. We'll say, no, why are your breasts? Oh, as if I can't be for it. No.
Oh, wow.
So they are painful because they are engorged at and there are ways to relieve that, and there's a reason also why. It means the baby is not sucking nicely because the baby is not latching nicely. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things we need to teach our mothers. Breastfeeding is nice for bonding, number one. You bond with the baby. The love you feel when your baby is looking at you when you're breastfeeding, it's priceless.
That I remember. With all my kids,
it's priceless. You bond so nicely with your baby. Number two, the actual breast, the ingredients in your breast milk has so many advantages for the baby.
Yes.
You know, we always say, abantwana bahlakaniphile
breastfeeding.
You know,
yes.
Lava 10 out of 10 esikolweni they did breastfeeding. You know what I'm saying?
I can even see the poster. You know, I think this is how we need to advertise these things. If you want a smarter child, breastfeed.
You know. You know, so
nice one.
So even the actual ingredients in your breast, in the breast milk, it has advantages for the baby. The first milk that comes out, colostrum, that's when the mommy will say on the first day, I am Puminex.
Yes, like
Puminex. I'm not saying it's like Puminex. No, it needs to come out. Remember, what's breastfeeding? It's here. When the baby keeps sucking, there's a message that goes to your head. It goes, okay, let's produce milk. Otherwise, more pregnant, you know what I'm saying?
But because there's no stimulation that tells the mind.
When the baby sucks,
it's also science.
Science.
Oh wow.
You know, the more the baby sucks.
How beautiful are we as women?
Thank you.
How amazing.
That's what I want every woman to view themselves, even my teenagers. Look at yourself and say, you know, I'm beautiful and I'm unique. A man cannot do what I can do with my body. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
This other day said, yo, abafazi has not a It's in Ibe ngesizulu siyathakathi. Can you actually take out a human being on amathambo?
Outside your body.
It's amazing. It's so amazing, but it's scary. So that's how amazing we are, and we must instill it in our daughters and in other mothers to say we
and
are
our
unique.
sons too, because they need to understand and know who a woman is holistically. Because I think all the other stereotypes are male-female issues, where the stereotype is because men don't know how to deal with us and all that, then there will come something, and then uzokondwa. Mfazi or ibot or whatever, all those funny things. Nabazali, they start teaching kids or sibakhulisela imishado instead of be a woman and do what you're supposed to do as a woman holistically, whether it's giving birth, whether it's nurturing a home, whether it's like loving your kids unconditionally. You don't have to restrict, you just have to be a mother and a woman the way you were born.
Now that you're saying that, me now when I deliver mothers or when I consult with a new mom in my clinic, I always ask, where's your partner? I said, no, I'm leading. It's no, next time bring the partner. Remember what the awareness goes a long way. When this partner is here, when your husband or your boyfriend or your fiance or whoever is here, they learn, and when they learn, they support you. When they learn, they feel pregnant with you. You know white husbands, I'm sorry to always say that. White husbands, they are always here, and they will understand. You know how black guys are. I mean, I need no stress. We am stress into No, we need to move.
We are pregnant. One thing that is said is I talk a lot about African spirituality and us going back to our roots and cultures. Yes, the Western way of living, it is attractive. Like we talk about the Westerns, how they do things. But if we copy almost every other thing that is good.
Yes.
But if we go back to us, I think males were not, in our African space, were not taught some of the things. They were a role of a man, Hamofuya wenzeni who support a role of a woman. So, but it would be nice if we learn these Western things, if they can bring together so that we can stop all the other issues of gender roles that are degrading for women and also for males, so
And you know what's the nicest part? Like I'm saying, with me now in my practice, I always take things back. And I always tell white women, Dala, babies wouldn't have colic. Colic there's a word called colic. Because will take babies and do skin to skin. Like people will always put a baby here. Even though they put it in their bag, but the fact that the baby is there, it suits the baby. So that was the healing. So that is why even when people they call them swaddle babies. Yes, they swaddle babies now.
But like they use the way we use mama here, and then they call it something different.
They swaddle babies because when a baby is swaddled, the baby is more calmer. So now they are adopting our way of manje thina masuka, So even if thina we adopt their bayazibona ukuthi nabo ezabo.
So there is the cross-cultural.
You know what I'm saying. So when it comes to their partners, see, now we can adopt the facts because masibafundisa
support.
Because black men abasondeli we were taught ukuthi awusondeli kumuntu pregnant, awusondeli kumdlezane, you know what I'm saying? What if when I give birth I need my partner to be there?
And actually the reason that our mothers or our forefathers, I think CLA ukuthi awusondeli, because remember women used to have kids balandelana. So others,
family planning.
It was form of family, not ukuthi don't be part of this.
I need to they used to do things, but no one was explaining
why. I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
And it's don't think those are the sevens. The problem is they couldn't
communicate
explain.
Well, what does it mean?
3 months.
Yes.
Before 3 months. Tina City. No, it's because they want the baby to have an immune system. Remember, the baby doesn't have an immune system. The baby can catch any cross infections, can have any infection. So they couldn't explain.
They'll talk about it negatively. Not able to have an immune system.
So they couldn't.
Conversations prove so much to learn and hear. But Lindiwe, just tell me more about where is the clinic based and these services. And you spoke about also sponsorship and all that. I want you to cover where you're based currently and open days and times. And if you talk about sponsorship, what is it that you are looking for? What help do you need from individuals or be it companies or whoever, so that if we start doing such, where do we go?
Okay, my clinic is based at Springs in the East Rand.
Okay.
It's a small clinic, but it's intimate.
It has a big heart. You know the heart. The heart is small, but it's
and normal ufika. I don't like a guy who there you bring your chair, you communicate, It's a small clinic, it Springs, it's very intimate. And in terms of sponsorship, Pumzile, I was talking to my friend Unosipa when we were coming to you.
Yeah.
I was telling you, the patient is there as a person, but the money is not there to grow this dream, you understand? Mina, I want to write a book, a book where we'll say, I'm taking naturopathy back to the day, I'm taking this, I want to nature and make a young girl to love themselves, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to sponsorship, I'm talking about those things. We'll say, people come out, let's empower our girls, let's tell them, because teenage pregnancy is there. Like you're saying, women's clinic abortion. No, guys, we can't have such.
Big sponsorship I am seeing, because sometimes when we talk sponsorship, we're thinking we need to send a letter to a company and all that. It's like me as a Pumzile with teenage daughters who will book my daughter for a service with you and pay.
Amen.
And pay for the service, whereby when you pay for the service, it helps another child.
That's what I want. That's what I want. And that's how I want this thing to grow. Because remember, if I'll be in a position where I'm saying, a clinic is no longer functioning because of finances and everything, my dream will die.
So you need the clients.
And the core purpose of me opening a clinic is going to die as well. You know what I'm saying?
And that can't happen.
It can't happen.
So, but this for me was exciting. And why Bengiz Nwai kinda, because you asked about perhaps me if you can ask me, I can tell you I don't know. So this is the first client. So after doing this, then the next session, guys, we will be going together to the clinic, and then we'll record going to the clinic so that you can see the small and big heart intimate clinic. I'll book me, and then I'll make sure that we have my daughters. I want them to come talk about the whole pregnancy, about periods. There, the other one, I think she's okay. I think the 11-year-olds, we talk about pubic hairs, we talk about siashefana and all that. So we cool. We talk about, we have never spoken about sex. The 18-year-old, we talk about sex. And for me, yes, I was pregnant, not teenager, like to 1920. I was a late bloomer. And my first period, I got it at late 19 years, when I was 19. And so people wondered, like, so I always thought, okay, there was something wrong, but there was nothing wrong with me. But at least it delayed a whole lot of things. But I always say to my daughters, I'd rather have you come home and say, Mom, I'm pregnant, and I'm pregnant because I made a choice to have an intimate relationship with a boy and slept with a guy, than at Mom, I'm pregnant, I was raped. Yeah. So I'd rather say, when you're ready to have sex, whatever age you are ready, where you feel, when you are ready, after 16, like when you're an adult enough to say, my body feels like I'm ready to have sex, let's rather have that conversation so that she can go and say yes, and not the boy force her to say yes. I am ready for sex. Saying you are ready. Then you can't tell me you are pregnant because you made a choice. Then we won't fight. But if it will be a boy who has decided, no, let's try this, that's where I'm going to have a problem. And I would like to challenge you and other mothers to say, when we come and have this conversation, I'm going to definitely do something with young girls so that we can have this conversation, because there's nothing wrong with having sex at all. Just need to have, it comes with different responsibilities, and that's what we don't talk about. That it comes with responsibilities, not that it's wrong to have sex.
Yes.
Conversations with the Pumzile. August, I'm going to have a show called Open Conversations with Pumzile. I'm going to invite different people, and definitely I want you to be the one who leads the conversations with mothers the conversations with the girls, because I think this is so important. And I wanted to talk about a whole lot of things that you were talking about. The darkness, when you said your passion, when you didn't get the post and you went to a dark space. Those are other conversations that we don't talk about, things that happen to you, even though it led you to something else. But as people, as individuals, we go through such. We talked about moods. We don't explain moods.
Yes.
And I loved what you said about your grandmother, you had to say, no, I'm not moody. I am this person. I like to keep to myself. But as parents, those are beautiful conversations, mostly with daughters. Boys, I think, they're not easy.
They're not.
They're not easy. But I think women, because there's a lot that happens around women, then it means like we push so much about like with women's conversations. But definitely, I see another conversation with us. I see other topics with us. I can't wait to have more.
I'm honored.
Tell the people, tell the chillers. Oh, okay, no McG, no chillers. I love McG. But anyway, conversations with Pumzile. I don't know, I don't have a thing that I say to the fans or the people who, hey man, okay, the girls and boys next door. Tell them they must come where? To visit, even for males. Tell them to come and visit, and why should they come to the clinic? To come see you, even if it's a couch, because you stop counseling, tell them what you want them to come and see.
Am I talking to males or females?
Both.
Oh, both. I was supposed to be saying it. You said you got a boy as well.
Yes, my first one is a boy.
Yeah. Now I've got a boy. My first son. I've got a son.
No, see, for the last time she was here, I said, no, your brother was here to open for us. I'm like, no, it's not my brother, it's my son.
No more than now. I went to the mall the other day to buy shoes for him, and she was like, yeah, mama, who size 10 young thing? And then this other lady was like, hey, look at me, cookies. And I'm cool.
Yes.
Now my son knows me, and I speak to him, and I will I always tell him, fine, you've translated, not doing too much. You're a man, but you've got feelings, you've got emotion. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to talk to me as your mother. Yeah. You're allowed to tell me what age I'm dating and she's on my bond. Yeah. You must tell me that as well. And you must love your sisters as well. Yeah. So I want boys. I want to speak to boys and talk to them as well. Which we are all human. At the end of the day, we are human beings.
Exactly. Same DNA. Same heart.
We are human beings. And so gets funny pressure.
But why the genitalia are the ones that defining us when we are old? I think that what do they to investigate? Just the penis and the vagina just makes us so different. And the struggle, there's something wrong there. For another conversation.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you derail me.
So yes, they must come because now I'm taking you back.
They must come because awareness. Like I asked you ask women, when was the last time we did a pap smear during our week? You don't even remember. Which is most people. That's most how women answer me. You ask me, what is prostate cancer? They don't know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So even male must come because awareness is awareness. And what I want to talk about males is, as much as we speak to our teenagers about sex and about pregnancy, we need to tap into males as well. We need to tap into them. You've mentioned something that's big. You said, I will appreciate my daughter to say, I've fallen pregnant because it was a choice. I wasn't raped. You know what I'm saying? So guys should come along so that they can have a better understanding of what is a woman, what is pregnancy, what is my body going through when I'm pregnant,
what does ready means, because they don't understand when a woman says I'm not ready or ready. Those are the things that they
when my son, when I'm at work or whatever, when your sister comes and says, I'm having my periods, I'm like, hey, no, I want him to educate her and say, okay, this is what is happening to your body, this is what you must supposed to do, so
the healthy part of things is clean and taking care of yourself, buying the right things to use.
Yes.
Okay, I call them things, but not things. But yeah, sanitary things to do.
Yeah.
But you're right, because like, hey, don't talk to me about
You
this,
know,
or it's gross, or it's this. You're
we are
right.
boxing ourselves. Kunezinto kumele ukhulume ngazo
Yeah.
to boys.
And
Kunezinto kumele ukhulume ngazo to girls. And
we
it's
need to
not
cut that.
supposed to be like
We
that.
need
We
to
need,
cut that.
you know what, there are dads who are single parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's a single parent to a teenage daughter.
Yeah.
Uzomenzani? You know?
Yeah.
Don't make this girl feel like, I miss my mom. My mom has passed away. I'm left with this man.
Yeah.
Oh, guys know what is menstruation. Then I need to go out.
Yeah.
You're told information you're wrong. You need
True.
to empower this man to raise
Yeah.
this young girl to be a woman, and a woman is going to empower another woman.
Another woman.
You know what I'm saying?
You know why I'm laughing? Because I think I always had that funny thing with my partner. Actually, why must he be the one who buys my pads? Like, I always not have that issue with it. I buy pads and all that. Like, who buys groceries? I need it you. So it's grocery list. You go buy. And my daughter's like that. I want pads, and she will go to Ubabakat. I'm a pads, you know. But there was never that thing with our pads. I never even thought about it. It's a woman thing or not. But you're right. Those are the things that we need to. And just real.
And imagine,
Like so.
Awukho kumele vela
I want
yothenga
my
ama-pads.
pads.
So kumele awathenga. There's
As
nothing
the size,
wrong.
as the what, as
It's
the brand.
packaged nicely as the brand. Even if akayazi,
Yeah.
abe brave
It's
enough
like-
to say to the lady,
Ngifuna-
as a Pick and Pay, yini is super, yini normal. Okay, I
Yes.
just this. Okay, our son
Wow.
with pride and say what's I'm buying for
Guys,
my
it's
daughter.
cute. It's cute to buy pads.
It is.
It's super cute. Lilians and all that. Go to that aisle. You will see. If you're looking for a girl or something, that aisle. Ask a woman. You'll get the numbers.
You know.
You know, we can promote these things differently. I think so that people can just stop being too serious about stuff.
Yeah, and it's asafana abantu bakudala.
Yeah.
Asafana abantu bakudala.
Oh, sis Lindiwe.
You know, asafana
Oh.
abantu bakudala man.
Yes, man.
Asibe nabo mama right, nama teenagers wethu abe right. Nabo baba
Baba
right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It
we
can
have-
stop so
yeah.
many social ills if singaqala ukuba right.
True.
Start opening up, start talking.
Intentionally.
Yes.
Intentionally.
I've been hearing that word last week for every day. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah, I think it's because we like saying, let's talk, but people are not intentional about things. You say it now, then tomorrow you forget it. You don't take it with everything. It's my intention to change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wherever you go, do it.
That is why I need to. At times, Uspola will tell you. I keep saying Uspola.
Yeah, I'm see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uspola will tell you. I keep saying to her, I don't. Even if I feel like giving up this thing, but I don't wanna do that. I don't, because
That's a
my
big
intention.
gap.
My intention is to see what I'm selling.
It's needed.
You know.
What you are selling, Lindiwe, is needed. It's a big gap and it's untapped. And I wish you would see Ungangaba apologetic about it, to say, you know what, this is a service that exists. Come buy it and pay for the service. You know.
I wanna see myself in a billboard like who M12
Yes.
saying good all teenagers must come to me. I don't
True.
care. I wanna see myself in that billboard saying good teenagers who are frustrated, don't know about their menses, who are suffering with teenage pregnancy, must
There's a
come
home
to
for
me.
you. Come.
You know.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna promote that.
Thank you.
And
the reason I think Fusi, the reason of being excited about this platform, it's few women who are going to give me a platform to say, what are you passionate about? What's the reason you opened the clinic? And I'm so grateful for you, Pumzi. I'm so grateful because I want to take this far.
Yes,
I want to take this far.
No, when I met you as well on the night, I know we had a lot of other people who needed to speak, but I think your part was so important, and I'm glad that you were like, hey, I'm here. We need to have this conversation and have enough time to just delve into everything that I do. And I'm also saying, let's come back again. Let's have another topic. Let's talk about menstruation.
Yes.
Let's talk about females and males, teens, what they need to know, because that is so important still.
And for the folks who you're saying, come back and talk about, you're tapping into that thing, you would see, when you clicked, you go women's clinic, only abortion came out. Women's health, it's broad. There's fertility. There are women who are struggling to fall pregnant, who are crying their eyes every night.
Yes.
It looks shit, but Inyumba. Inyumba.
Yeah.
That woman gets so much depressed, you know what I'm saying?
There's a bad one. Yeah, uqale to have sex asasencane, so that's why sekamoshekile.
You know what I'm
There's a lot
saying?
of bad negative things that people
some
say.
fertility issues are just mere hormonal
And that's
imbalances. Yeah, now we fix those hormones, you fall pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So women's health is broad.
It's broad.
It's broad.
Hey, and the terms, I think you're right with the clinic. For me, I'm glad, like, as a black woman, you are able to talk to people like these hormones, the big names. I think as an institute, we get stuck on those when you read about it. Like, the word is too big. Like, I need that. Because the word is too big. But if we have people like you, whereby says we copper isintu or okuno nomntana wentombazane isintu akuzwe as another black mother, those are the things maybe that can help even mothers themselves. Because I don't want to lie, Minabo Papsme and all that I read, but those are other things that I just got bored reading.
Yes, not to cut you.
Yeah, so yeah.
My other dream is to have a magazine.
Yeah.
You know, your pregnancy magazines, those are white.
Yeah.
You often that from Moyabo second page, so bored because they've got fancy names.
Yeah.
Mina, I want a type of a drum version of a pregnancy magazine,
yeah.
whereby a teenager can pick it up. It's affordable first. It's affordable.
Yes.
It's affordable. And in my layman's terms,
and accommodating.
Yes, in my layman's terms, whereby I found a menstruation cycle.
Yeah.
Because I've laid everything in layman's terms where I understand.
Yeah.
Why must we have this
all these ovulation processes and all that? We started the ovulation.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mine, it's menstrual cycle. Yes, it's a cycle. Why we cycle? Things of ovulation, things of that person won't understand.
True.
But we need magazines whereby a teenager can say,
no!
Why not? And just a nice black woman or breastfeeder, and then
normal people,
you know. Then I start teaching. It's okay, more breastfeeder, you know. Even a normal person will read and benefit from that. You know what I'm saying? Not these fancy pregnancy magazines.
No,
you know
true,
what I'm saying?
because then the dress code and all that, you start feeling like pregnancy must be glam,
yes,
not natural.
Yes,
then
you know what I'm
the
saying.
essence of what
you
it
know,
is.
and then kuna division.
Sure,
They're supposed to give birth nicely in my private hospital. It's not
doesn't
supposed.
need to.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like that.
Wow.
Like I'm saying, with pregnancy, teenage pregnancy is my passion. I want teenagers to go and buy that magazine and read and say, Mawusi, hey, so na 6 months, not 6 months, na 28 weeks.
Yes.
Because she has read, she understands her body now. You know what I'm saying?
Before the magazine, the clinic is open, is available at Springs. By the time we get to the magazine, but you are available now with the information now.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lindiwe. So you spoke about the social media, and what we'll do is we'll definitely post this everywhere, and whoever sees it, please support, and then we're gonna put your address, name, where it is, so that it's easy, and your numbers, so that you are reachable.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna also then book my appointment. And I'm gonna show she does. Yes. And then we'll come with cameras and action. So guys, subscribe, like. We are here to talk about things that are happening in our next door neighbors, hence the girl next door, people we can see, people we can touch, where you can see the real passion right next to me, and all this information about me as a woman that I also know and didn't know. I have 3 kids, but there's some information that if I knew then, it would have been better.
Yeah.
You know, I would have bonded with my kids better, but here we are. This is your chance to learn. So thank you for following us, Conversations with Pumzile, the girl next door. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, the button. So I was told to do that all the time, so do the right thing. Thank you.